Hello, hello. Stud vision engaged? Dang. Dude, how are you guys all doing? I had the weirdest day today, man. I hurt my thumb and I have no idea how I did that. So whenever I move it, it's like it's kind of shaking right now. I have no idea what I did. Literally a pretty fucking normal day and I hurt my thumb somehow. What's up though, everybody? How you guys doing? Beasley, how you doing? Will, how you doing? Hello. Seb, Short, Slurpless, what's up, my man? Adam, Dr. Doofin, what's going on? Geo, what's going on, dude? Sebas, how you doing? Jack, guess who's back again? Hello, guys. Long time no see. Has it been a long time? Tonight was supposed to be our night, Alex. I know. I do have to. I'm doing a prototype now. Me and Choza are trying to plan something for just like a regular stream night, but yeah, today got a little bit fucked up. So basically, the client sent me all this keyboard stuff, right? I don't carry 3305 sockets on me anymore because they're just really expensive and not a lot of people use them. So I only have 0305 and he's short like 4 sockets. So I can't do his build tonight until he responds back to me, which he has not. At least I don't think so. Yeah, nothing yet. Okay, so until then, we're gonna do something else. No more Type 9. It's still on my desk. It's right there. I got it all plugged in. I just need to figure out what else I want to do with it. You watched the Super Bowl? Nah, I didn't. Stream Deck now, but the Type 9 is still here. This beautiful little thing is still here. Trust. Oh my god, dude. And then, oh guys, I did something else so stupid today too, man. I literally got up today too. It's like, let me go shower before stream. Bro, I actually think I'm uncoordinated. So we have one of those showers where it's like, I've never had one in my entire life. Eon, thank you so much for the tier 1. Thank you, dude. I've never had a shower with like a glass door, right? And this thing has magnets. It's kind of like cheapy, you know, like it's not the most extravagant thing ever. You've never showered. I knew you guys were going to say that when I said that, but so I went to go close the door and I let it go thinking it would just kind of stop. Thank you, Slurpless. And then as I went to go let it go, the door, like the magnets like engaged and it slammed closed. So then I got startled. So I took a step back and I stepped on the area with all like the soaps and stuff. Like we don't have like our shower's kind of shit, to be honest. We don't have like a tray for it. So we have stuff like lying on the edge. Then I stepped on a cap to a bottle and now my foot is like bruised. And in doing so, I also made my thumb worse. And I didn't turn on the water to hot. So it was just, while I was in pain, I just had like this cold water on. Dude, it was the worst shower I think I've ever taken in my entire life. The worst. This man home alone himself? Kinda, dude. I just caught my Enjoy polycarb with the brass accent and weight. Ooh. Carbon fiber plate, and I'm gonna use plate foam. Do it. Honestly, I think that's like the combo for that board. You're getting old. That's what happens when you get old, bro. Is it? Dude, is it? I feel like I just fucked up so hard, man. I feel like I fucked up so hard. Could have knocked yourself out. I'm grateful I didn't slip. That's for sure. But fuck, it hurt, man. 2 feet of dangling meat. Thank you so much for the prime. I appreciate the 2 months of being here, dude. Take a bath next time. I'm not very tall. I don't know how you guys do this. I'm about 5'10". I'm not super tall, but I can't do the bath anymore, man. At least like the standard size tubs, like I feel like it hurts to be in those baths, you know? I'm down the road, maybe years and years down the road, I'd love to get like a bigger bath, suppose, but no, you're not, Slurpless. That's like fine, man. How tall are you? I'm 5'10". Bath equals soaking in your own ass water? Yeah, that too, I guess. I'm 6 foot and I have it to fold up in the tub. Yeah, I just don't like doing it, man. It kills me doing so. Like, it hurts my back. Dude, being 6'3" probably is even fucking worse for that. I want a mustache ride. Huh? What? We're the same height and I kind of agree. Like, it's super relaxing, don't get me wrong, but I can only stay in there for like so long. Apartment baths don't do it for me either. Yeah. I've never had a proper bath, man. I can't take baths because I have to scrub the hell out of the tub before I lay in there. Dude, I'm kind of like, with some stuff like that, I'm kind of germophobic as well. So I feel you there too. Is a hot tub? You know, I tried a hot tub for the first time ever last year. To me, it's nothing special. I don't know why everyone hypes up hot tubs so much. Like, the jets are cool for all of 5 minutes, and then I got bored of them. I'm 7'10", clueless. Looking fresh, dog. Thank you, Etchy. I appreciate that. I'm having decaf tonight, so no one at me. It's not actual caffeine, it's decaf. I bought some decaf beans so I can have it late at night. Concrete, thank you so much for the tier 1, dude.
Get a giant long bag and fill it with water to take a bath in a frog just like bagged milk.
Dude, why would I want to do that? That sounds so gross. Question for chat, Alex. How long you wait until contacting PayPal CC for an item you didn't get and vendors only responses we will look into it and ignore your emails? It's been 3 weeks. I would probably, fuck, this is so tough, man. Can you just tell us what vendor it is? I would probably do it. If it's been 3 weeks, I would probably do it now. Like, if no one's getting back to you, it's been 3 weeks. Like, what are you supposed to do? Is it Kono? Oh, it's not. Is it Kono? Dude, MP, thank you so much, man.
Lou UBB.
Lou, you too. If it's been 3 weeks and you've tried to reach out and you've done your due diligence of giving the vendor the opportunity to correct the issue, IMO, I think it's completely fair and justified if you escalate it. You've done your due diligence, so I think you're in a good spot to do that. Like, I would not feel bad if I were you. So, Ding Dong, thank you so much. I appreciate the tier 1, dude.
Ding Dong 0203 gifted a tier 1 sub to Frank.
Thank you, man. Like, I know how bad chargebacks are. Like, they suck as a vendor. Not that I'm a vendor of any sort, but like I can imagine, and I've been told.
Alex.
But again, like,
happy Friday.
Thank you, man.
Hope you have a good one.
Thank you, Philip. Thank you, dude. The GH in the build command is wrong. Oh, Chozo, do you want to just link? I think there's a vendor site for it. Chozo. Or you can just ask Mr. Doofin for it. Wow, Alex? What do you mean? I didn't know. Let me see. Which one is it? I mean, that is Dr. Doofin's post, so I think it's just old. I think it's just older. Am I able to link it? Yeah, you can do it. Thank you, Lane. I appreciate it, man. Percent Studio's website's been down for 3 weeks. They're not saying anything on Discord. The only time I ever cover Percent Studio boards is when other vendors are running their boards. But I've been told that they're just very bad at communicating. Not that there's an excuse. I really don't think that's a good excuse. But that's what I've been told. Hold on, let me get the board. Yeah, they apparently are just not that great at getting back to people. I don't know. Yo, that hoodie is fire. Bro, this is like my second favorite hoodie. I love this thing. This is like the coolest fucking thing ever, man. When I saw these, and I saw this one here in particular in the green, like, it's so sick, dude. Yeah. Percent's weird like that, man. Like, I don't... Is that your pump cover? I wish I had a pump. I wish, man. Finally, I catch you early. What's going on, dude? But yeah, it's such a sick sweater, dude. Such a sick sweater. I feel so bad for tonight's client, man. You know, good thing I decided to do their mil-maxing off stream today, because I was like, you know what? Let me do it beforehand so we can do 2 boards tonight, because I was going to do this board anyways. But we're short some sockets, so I'm probably gonna order some on behalf of the client, like on me, just because I need them anyways for myself. But I'll have to reschedule his build. I feel so bad. By the way, guys, just as like an FYI to anyone here too, always count how many sockets you have. Like, always order like 10 more than you're supposed to as well. 10 more individual sockets. I'm taking an online test right now. Ooh, about what? I got the 8008 blue. Any special opinion on 8008, the blue one? Honestly, Merrick's, that's a nice set. I think Boob 2 is very nice. All right, let's do this, guys. Let's take a look at this board. I apologize for missing sockets. Oh, that's okay. Hanyu, is it your board? I don't know the usernames for some people, but is this your board, Hanyu? The one I was gonna do? It's like, I'm gonna order like probably 100 sorry, not 100, like, 100 sets of sockets for myself and then give you some, because I need some of those sockets anyways. But I'll probably reschedule it within the week, just like on an extra day, because it's not going to take much to do since it's hot swap. But all the rest of the sockets are yeah, they're all soldered in. Just we're short like 6 sockets. I don't know why. It looks like you were supposed to get more sockets in there, but maybe they just shorted you or something like that. I have no idea. It's okay, Hanyu. Honestly, I got you, dude. Yeah, Milmax sockets. We're short some. Oh, did I forget to turn this camera on? Got it. No problem. I ordered more on purpose too. Oh, so they shorted you then. Oh, fuck, man. That sucks. How many did you order, if you don't mind me asking? And where did you order from? I ordered 10,000 sockets in 2020, so I'm good for a while. That's a lot of sockets. Jeez. That is enough sockets for 5,000 switches. Designed by Doofin. So Doofin's really into magic stuff. He designed this board with his passion for magic in mind. Just as an FYI, guys, I'm not getting paid for anything like this. They just sent me over the board to take a look at. This guy bought all the sockets and toilet paper. That whole toilet paper thing was ridiculous. Ridiculous. These are magic cards. Dude, I am so bad at opening boxes. Rub your finger on a keycap for 30 minutes straight? Huh? Oh, if you guys want to see some video that Doofin made about some magic stuff, there you guys go. This is cool, Doofin. This is a neat little thing to add into your keyboard.
Hello, my beautiful BBBBBB boy.
Huh?
Glad to have such a cute boy to share keeps with. LOL, lots of love.
Thanks, Juan. I appreciate you, man. I hope you're having a good one, dude. Appreciate you being here. This is cute. Like, I like this. Just a little extra something for ordering a board. This is cool. Get a little set of cards. It's fun. I appreciate this, Doofin. This is cool. It's always nice to have like a set of cards if you don't have one. They're good if the power ever goes out, to be honest. Oh my gosh, I just looked at my email confirmation. It looks like I didn't order enough. Oh, so you didn't order enough. Honestly, that's okay, Hanyu. I got you, dude. It's not a big deal. I hope I can find gold ones. I think the only ones that I can find are silver. But not that it matters. You can't really even see them. You'll notice a lot of the other small details. Yeah, it's very cool. Nice little themed extra gifts are a nice touch. Yeah, I agree. I've always had fun like when I've ordered something and then you get like little gifts that pertain to what you ordered. It's always a lot of fun. I think this is one of the badges that goes in the back if I'm not wrong. Little Ace 65 badge with the spade, heart, clubs, and diamond. Mouser Electronics has Milmax sockets cheap. Are they based in Canada though? Last time I ordered something from like one of the specialty places, I got dinged pretty hard with customs. We have one of the badges here, and then we have we have one of the other badges. Oh, this is cool. They put my name on one of these? Come on. Dude, IEMs are so nice. Guys, if you have not tried IEMs, listen, headphones are great for gaming, don't get me wrong, but for everything else, the weight off the top of your head is so fucking nice. I would 100% try IEMs. I use them for gaming most of the time. Only recently did I switch to a pair of headphones I got off Drop, that Sennheiser one, just because I need the microphone for the other room. Yes, that too. Less greasy hair for sure. Do wireless IEMs exist? Actually, do I have it here? I don't know where I put it, but you can buy these adapters for IEMs that make any IEM basically wireless, which is awesome, and they work wonderfully as well. Actually, don't remember where I put it. I brought it over from my parents' house because I left it there by accident. But yes, you can adapt almost every IEM to be wireless, which is awesome. What about true wireless? What do you mean by true wireless? Oh, this is cute. You can put my little name on that. That's cute. Thank you. Oh, like AirPod level wireless? You could try the Bose stuff. I might keep it $150 with you though. Windows Bluetooth sucks so much that I would not consider that to be true wireless. I honestly have no confidence in Windows Bluetooth. None. So you can have the best Bluetooth headset around. And if you're using Windows for like their Bluetooth, not like maybe if they have a plug or an adapter or something, I fucking would not consider that very good. I have a pair of wireless headphones that I had at my old place that I used with the computer. The amount of times that shit would drop out of like a signal or whatever with the Bluetooth was insane. That's why I stopped using it. I could not deal with it. It was probably the worst experience I ever had with something wireless. It's the shitty third-party hardware. I mean, like the thing that I had was from Bose, and it was awful. Alex, you got to use GMK Voyage for this. Did they send me blue? I'll take a look, Doofin. We'll figure it out. I put it in backwards, I think. We got a daughter board. This is cool. They have like little packs for everything. Hi, Nai, how you doing? Aren't you using sound losing sound quality? The snob in me will say yes, but truth be told, okay, let's leave this out. You're not really gonna lose much. Like realistically, it's such a small difference that I don't truly think it's discernible on most headphones. Like unless you're sitting there and you're listening to lossless quality music with all the proper equipment and you close your eyes and you're focusing on details, then you should be okay. But if it's any other thing, like you're playing games, you're not noticing that. Now, tuning is a different thing, but actual details of music, AirPods with Windows PC. So AirPods work with Windows PC. There's a downside to using AirPods though. You have to disable the mic or it goes into headset mode, which sounds like you're like on a walkie-talkie. Are they replaceable cords so they can be short and only go down to your chest? Yeah, totally. You can get a whole bunch of stuff for a wireless adapter. Wait, replaceable cords for a wireless adapter? That I'm not too sure. So nice.
Howdy, Alex. Building up
What's
my
up,
ARC
Skulking?
60RM with some Nixies and Cream Plus Franken switches.
Cream Plus Franken switches? Wait, I want to know what you did for that. Stefan Boda, thank you so much for the tier 1, and thank you, Skull King. Oh my god, this is like jammed in there. Okay, we got
Yay.
it. Yay. Apple basically doesn't want you using the AirPods on anything but one of their devices. I kind of want to say, Sporky, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate the bits, man. I kind of want to say not true about Apple. I want to. Yes, Apple wants you to use obviously
Happy
their
Friday,
stuff,
Alex.
but it's
Hope
actually.
you have had a good week.
Thank you, man. It actually happens to a lot of like headsets that use like a certain band or whatever. I don't know, some certain protocol thingy. They'll turn into headset mode, and it's like ass. But yeah, you're not wrong. It's not the greatest experience with Apple products off of Apple stuff. I heard that Intel though recently opened it up so you can have iCloud and shit on iMessage on Windows. Oh, this is nice. This is a nice weight. I like this. This is a nice pattern. Very cool. So amazing. What'd you build it with? Foam kit, so we'll leave that for last. We got a palm plate. That's a full plate, and then we have hot swap PCB. Am I wrong? Am I like talking out of my ass? I thought I saw something on YouTube. I was watching some talk show thing, and they said that Intel opened up some stuff. But for the replaceable cords, I also meant for the IEMs. So the wireless options you can usually get are just like things that go around your ears or like a wire that goes behind you. But I don't know exactly, I guess, the thing that you're asking. The texting, this is only really affects the US. Not many countries outside use iMessage. You know what's funny? I hate WhatsApp. Hate it. I don't like it. A lot of people that I know also use WhatsApp, and I don't know, I've never liked it. Never liked WhatsApp. But Line seems interesting. I know that's really popular everywhere. Most countries use SMS. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with SMS, by the way, guys. Absolutely nothing. WhatsApp is awful. I hate WhatsApp. I've never liked it. People get this like weird sense of security with WhatsApp, and I don't know why. It's more secure. Is it really? Okay, question. Is it really though? Is it really though? Because I have a few like safety tips. I used to work basically with people who are very into like internet security, stuff like that. Some safety tips. The reason why like I don't care too much about like encryption over iMessages and stuff, you shouldn't be sharing anything personal like passwords, credit card numbers, anything over any sort of text message. Because if someone gets your phone anyways, like there's a physical thing of it. So past that, even myself, like, bro, there's nothing, I have nothing like on anything that's like worth anything. So if like someone wants to hack into my fucking iMessage, you're not gonna find anything. Some text messages with my mom, that's about it. iMessage is ETE encrypted and not stored in the cloud. Is it the same set? I have no idea for WhatsApp. I know you can download or transfer all your stuff from WhatsApp, can't you? Most secure communications, Pigeon. That's a cool name for a messaging thing. Are you gonna shave? I wanted to do today, but I got busy with stuff. Anything that isn't deleted after viewed isn't secure enough. Just don't share shit over messages. Easy peasy. iMessage is by default saved to iCloud. I meant a cord that unplugs on the IEM so you can plug into a different shorter cord. Oh, not that I know of. I'm sure you can get that made though. Let the beard grow. I'm one of those guys though, when it starts growing though, it becomes itchy and I do not like it. How long do you think it'll take Lulz to build 2 boards? Is he starting now or like in 2 hours? After he's done talking, I would maybe say I'm gonna put money on 3 hours after he's done talking. Hours? Is he on now? No, he's not on now. Oh, Minterly's on now though. Yeah, that's probably my guess. You think I could DIY it and just cut the cords the desired length and reattach it to the ends in the plug? You probably could. I mean, you just have to solder them in. Lulz is on? Oh, he's on now? Yeah, so probably it'll take that long. When he actually starts building the boards is the tough part, right? All right. I'm liking what I'm seeing with the PCB. This is obviously personal. It's all personal preference with this. It's actually kind of a weighty PCB. 2 relief cuts. You know, this I don't mind personally. It's all personal preference when it comes to this. Some people love it, some people hate it. I actually don't mind when there's only 1 or 2 flex cuts. I feel like this does achieve what everyone wants to achieve by adding multiple, but it is nice. Doofin design. Simple. Not a lot of options on this though, so if you guys were after options, it doesn't look like there's many here. I would probably recommend, if there is one, I think there was, I saw, a solderable PCB. Creamsicle orange, it's quite nice. It vibes well with our warmer stream colors. Where's your play tray? My play tray is right here. This is my favorite. Hold on, let me pause my music for a second. This is my favorite thing about the play tray though. It's a hidden feature, but when you put the ball here, I don't know if you guys will be able to hear this. I hope you guys will. Hold on, let this go. Patty, thank you so much for tier 1. So nice.
Thanks for all the great content.
You, dude. Appreciate you. Do you guys hear that beautiful sound?
Nine Go gifted a
Thank
tier
you,
1
Nine. I
sub
appreciate
to
you.
Doofan. They have given 34 gift subs in the channel.
Thank you, Nine. I really appreciate it. I mean, I think there are extras available on Desk Hero for our Canadian friends. As for the US, I don't know who's vendoring extras right now. Can't recall, unfortunately. All right, let's see the board itself. The centering of the ball is so clean. It's so much fun to do. Ooh, look at this blue. Tech, thank you so much for the tier 1.
Tech gifted a tier 1 sub to Jubilee.
Thank you. I appreciate the sub to Juby. And also, Ard wants a compliment. Ard, you make me just as happy as when I center out the ball. All right? Keep doing you, man. Keep being a good person. That's all we can ever ask for from anyone. Is just be the best you possible. You're doing great things, dude. Appreciate you. All right, see the board. Board is very well packaged. I will say that. Very well packaged. That blue is hot. Yeah. Shipping is a little, but was worth it. Swaggies had them? Oh. The hidden designs in the PCB? Wait, actually, that's kind of, if you didn't say that, I would have never noticed. Hold on. Look at the, I don't know if you guys can catch that. Do you guys see the, there's like a spades, hearts, clubs, and diamond near the, do you guys see that? Attention to detail. That's actually kind of cool. Is there anything else? Is there any other hidden designs that I'm not seeing? You know, it's cool because Doofin told me about this. I didn't respond because I fucking read things and in my mind, like, I respond in my mind and I just don't respond. But he messaged me about this, that he wanted to do this in 2021. And I remember him telling me that. So this is cool that he got his project up and running. I really, really respect that. Let's grab this. When you said magic cards, I thought you meant Magic the Gathering. No, like actual magic cards. Well, magic with playing cards. The daughter board also has one? I haven't actually taken a good look at the daughter board yet. Oh, I can see it, yeah. That's cool. It's a nice blue. Doofin design. So this is, I believe they partnered, Doofin partnered with Create Cubes to get this stuff done, and Create Cubes has done some wonderful things as well. It's a nice blue. A little bit of a wheel on the back there, but that's okay. Very, very nice blue. The blue is dope. There is some anno banding on the inside. Actually, I can see just the path of the machining on the inside a little bit, but that seems to just be on the inside. I'm not noticing anything weird on the outside. It'd be dope if someone re-annotated Cerakote for the Black Ace. Oh, from what's it called? Why am I blanking out on this? From Destiny? That'd be cool. All these amazing PCB designs for our keyboards, but motherboard manufacturers love to give us black or pay a tax for white, which is so weird to me. How white computer parts cost an arm and a leg extra to theme out your build. So stupid. You know, I was actually looking at some computer parts recently. I will admit. Actually, where's all the screws and stuff? Did I miss those? Are they in a separate bag somewhere? Is it in this bag? Maybe this bag here? No, this is the other thing. In white, I think they have a few different colors available. Oh, maybe it's this one. Oh, there's a bunch of screws here. Okay. Are these the right screws for this? I think so, right? Yeah. I want to burn some cash on keyboard stuff. What do you guys think would be a good buy right now? I mean, obviously, like, I'm hoping that you're being financially responsible. I put faith in you. But if you're looking for something cool at the moment, I would say that probably... I'm going to put this together, by the way, guys. I'm going to put the weight on and stuff. If you're looking for something fun, it's always a good idea to, you know, pick up some keycaps. Keycaps are never a bad idea to pick up. Yeah, but if you win this... I wonder how many entries are in the pink, Jane. I think keycaps are always a good pickup. Because down the road... You might not love the keyboard you buy, but at least there's room for keycaps to kind of exist in a setup, right? But if you want a keyboard, I mean, that's more, I feel like that's very personal. It's very, very personal. Did they already start emails or not yet? I'm curious. Wait, are these not the right screws for this? Or am I going nuts? Or are these not the right screws? These look like the right screws. Hey Alex, what do you think of the Lego keyboard? So Toasty, our friend Toasty actually sent us one. These are the right screws. I will be building it soon. I mean, it looks fun. It looks cool. I do personally think that some people have gotten it to sound really good, and I'm very happy that some people have. But I do feel like, in a way, there's a bit of a novel aspect to it, with, you know, its functionality being there as well. So it's a bit more novel, but I think it's cool. Up to 72 hours. I entered as well, but I never win any raffles. There's only, actually, have I ever won a raffle for a keyboard? No, I've never won a, actually no, sorry, I've won one raffle in all my years of entering things. Only one raffle. New builder here. Is it normal to be missing items from the picture of the group buy from Desk Hero? I bought the GMK Koi High keycaps and only got the keys to make a TKL. Hold on, let me see this. Let me see if I can help you here. No. If you ordered this and did not get the entire kit in the base kit there, then no, it sounds like you ordered base kit, or did you order the katakana kit? I'm assuming you ordered base kit, right? So nice.
What color play tray do you have? It doesn't look like any of the renders.
Oh, mine's the pink one. My colors might be a little warmer on stream. Never mind, I'm dumb. Did you find it? Was it underneath? Was it the second tray underneath? But Kmire, this is the rose gold one. I'm not too sure if this was exclusive just to like the prototypes. It's a hidden tray. Yeah, the new GMK trays are a little bit awkward. Dude. Okay, guys, I need to vent about something. I don't know what the fuck my upstairs neighbor does. I don't know. You guys probably won't be able to hear it. I've checked on stream, but I can hear it all day long. I think they're doing like it sounds like a hammer because it's too consistent, but then I also know when they're walking around. But dude, they're 100% stomping their feet to move around. No, you're hearing like a garbage truck outside. That wasn't them. There's like a bassy sound that you guys can't hear. I've already checked on stream once. But bro, it's so fucking annoying. And like, it's been going on for like about a month and a half now, because I think that's when they moved in. I went to the front desk and I did say like, how do I go about nicely having this conversation with them. They told me I had to contact like the building manager or whatever, but fuck, man. They're going to know it's me, and then probably will do it more on purpose. A hammer is Nai your neighbor? Nai, if that's you up there, bang the hammer 5 times really loud. I feel you. My next door neighbor spent over a month installing their kitchen floor. There wasn't a single room where you couldn't hear it, and it was... I think they're also redoing things. So we're in like a newer building, and I'm guessing it was they probably got the condo unit and now are redoing the entire condo unit. It's like, fuck, man. I don't know why they couldn't do this when they moved in. Like, when the building was brand new. Or before the building. I don't know. It's just like, not when people are actually living here. Wait till it hit your ceiling with a broom for like 20 minutes. I don't want to punch a hole in this ceiling, to be honest. I feel like, knowing me and knowing my terrible luck, that's what will end up happening. Hydrate? Got you, dude. I'm a grumpy old man when it comes to sound, too. Dude, the thing with me is I try to be as considerate as possible. I've always lived my life that way, right? I've always felt that I should treat, especially strangers, with the most respect possible. That I should... I'd say like treat everyone with the most respect possible, because if I wanted to be treated that way there, it's good to project that energy. And it's not good to be selfish. That's always how I've lived my life. But man, it just feels like a lot of people live very selfishly. Jesse, thank you so much for the prime, dude. I'm gonna DM you the VO file. Sounds good. Alright, we need to do stabs next. I was gonna put switches in here, but we need to do stabs. I'm gonna be using Husky switches. I lubed a whole bunch of switches today. Husky switches, these are from Kinetic Labs. I did this with some GS2, hoping these sound good in the build. There's a house 2 doors down that likes to play bassy music from a vehicle, and 2 others with dogs that just bark their ass off. We had that when we were growing up. Growing up, there was a neighbor who, I think at any given time during the day, if you had walked outside, you would just be barked at for hours. Like, if you walked into the backyard to hang out in your own backyard, you'd be barked at. And because the neighbors didn't care, that's all you hear. I need your opinion. Should I invest on a real wood table, which is nicer table with longevity, or go for a standing desk? Ooh, why not do both? Like, why not? Here, think about this. Looping stabs is boring anyways. Why not get the nice table and then put the rising legs on them? You can buy the kit for the rising legs, right? And then get your nice table. I don't know if it's just like a cost thing, but you can technically do both and get best of both worlds. GS2 is a little thinner, and I find that the sound profile is a little different with that. Penguin switches? I have Penguin switches, actually. I think I've tried almost every Kinetic Lab switch at this point. I'm a big fan of the standing desks, though. Like, I've been wanting to change to one for a while. I just haven't really pulled the trigger yet. But personally, I would probably go with the standing desk as well. I bought a frame and sourced my own top. Well, there you go. Maybe that'll help. Usually makes me treat real a-holes way too much respect. Yeah, I agree with you, Nork. Do you know anything about flexi spot desks? I can't say that I do. What is that? I don't know much about standing desks, guys, like the brands. I've looked into it slightly, but if you guys want more, I guess, opinions on someone who actually uses one, I mean, YouTube's obviously your friend. I know Matthew and Cena, who's sometimes in our chat, sometimes, I think he has one. I think his new studio has one. I think he's used one for a while. I know Tim has one. I don't think Nathan has one, Teja. I'm pretty positive he doesn't. Actually, I'm not too sure if Teja has one. I don't think I've ever asked him. Penguin switches, and they were really scratchy even after lubing? Really? I've had the opposite experience, but I mean, like, could be just bad batches, manu stuff. I can't even pronounce that. Idasen? From IKEA. You know, IKEA stuff, sometimes it's hit and miss. Sometimes you get garbage from IKEA, like it just breaks immediately and scuffs. Like all the, we can't see them, but all my white drawers that I got from IKEA, if you like so much as graze it the wrong way, the paint comes off and I had to buy a white paint pen to go over it. Had the same dilemma, went with a walnut desktop, love it, no regrets. Yeah. What I find too, small tip when you're doing your room, guys. When you're deciding on a desk, think about I know this sounds ridiculous, but the mood of the desktop. I decided to go with something more cool and concrete. I know it seems a little bit warm on stream, so actually it kind of is a little bit warmer. It's not exactly super cool. Because I wanted something more neutral for my environment, and I find that it brightens up my mood. With warmer colors and stuff, you're gonna get something a little bit more somber. So it's all mood and stuff too. So when you guys are deciding on desks and your setup, I know like the immediate thing is walnut looks nice, but walnut's not always the best choice for everybody. Everyone has like a different mood sometimes they want with a room. I bought a solid wood door, stained it walnut, then put standing. Oh, that sounds cool actually though. I mean, good. That's honestly good use of stuff. Glass is the wrong choice. Yeah, I don't know if I'd ever use a glass table for a work desk. That I think is something I'll gladly pass on. That is something I'll gladly pass on. Let me grab my brush. Glass is not the move. I've just seen way too many posts online for the last decade about people smashing their, or not even people smashing, but just like them just dying. So Alpha wants a compliment. You know how glass tabletops aren't the move? You know what is the move? Alpha, I hope you're having a great day today, dude. I hope the weekend's gonna treat you right. Love you, man. Thanks for being part of this community with us and making this what it is. You know, I say this a million times, but you guys are the reason why this channel is so much fun. I really do appreciate you guys. I lost, huh? Glass is all around awful for a desk. I'm using glass right now for school. Like the school has glass? I feel like that's kind of expensive too. For effortless keys, what do people usually map the tilde key to? I map it to escape. If there's no F-row, the tilde is going to escape. How many times do you actually use the tilde key? I mean, people who are maybe not in like specialty stuff, like I would say the average person. I don't use it. Yeah, not programming and coding, but if you're using it for anything else outside of that, I don't think you're ever going to touch that key. Uplift is nice for standing desks. I've heard they're pretty good too. Built like a tank? That's good though. They probably have a good warranty too, Sporky, huh? Thoughts on the thermal? The thermal, I love. I ended up falling in love with my thermal like so many times. I've rebuilt it a whole bunch. What brushes do I own? Or do I use? These are from Switch Keys. I think this might be one of my favorite brushes nowadays. I've been using the thicker brushes. Playing old shooters, tilt prompts that. Oh, true, like in Counter-Strike and stuff. Yeah, that's true. When estimating time for amounts, guys, never mind what I just said. You guys are all proving me wrong. I guess the average person uses the tilde key. I've never used it, and when I have to do an approximation, I just write approximate. But I guess I'm wrong, guys. I'm not afraid to admit it. Maybe people do use it. You can always rebind it to something with function as well on a different layer, so don't feel bad if you end up missing it. My Hero's Patina should be finished this weekend. Ooh. Super excited to have you build it. I'm excited too, dude. I use a lot. Yeah, I'm eating my words right now. Never mind. Eating my words. Any new switches that were interesting? There's some new stuff from Kinetic Labs that seems really cool in theory. I think they have the diffusers for the RGB, but it's very unique use cases. Like, I don't think a lot of people have... A lot of keyboard designers don't really make PCBs with per key RGB much these days. Maybe on some of the more budget or entry level products you'll find that to appeal to people, but I mean, like on the keyboards that I use, I don't think I have a single one with the exception of one. Maybe. Yeah, actually, just one. Just one that I'm thinking of it. But yeah, like maybe those are kind of cool for new stuff, but nothing too crazy. Like I'm not interested in... Reality is, man, Switches are FOMO, man. Switches are always hype. IMO. Unless there's something drastically new, most Switches that get released are just usually hype. Like it's just because like a new color, maybe a new blend that sounds marginally different, but Switches are not exciting to me, anyways. Switching out creams for Kinetic Lab geckos right now. I love how they have a hard, silent sound that reminds me of falling rain. Yeah, like, dude, you know what actually has been exciting? Speaking of that, the upgrades that silent switches have gotten. But linear switches, man, linear switches are boring as fuck. I love linear, and I'm saying that with the utmost love. They're in every single one of my builds. But yeah, there's not much fun in linear switches these days. Unless you go with something like the Novel Keys ones. But again, like, even that, like, it's not truly modular unless you have a hot swap keyboard. When's the last time Texie made a non-long pull switch? I actually don't know. But I would say that there's some cool clickies and there's some cool silence. But outside of that, tactile's kind of eh, and linear's kind of eh. The Hamu heartbeats look interesting. I've used those. They're actually really good. They're actually such a good silent switch. Currently lubing cherry browns. Any recommendations on how to lube them? I actually like lubing those with just a very thin amount of lube. And believe it or not, I low-key put a little bit on the legs of the stem to kind of give them that like smoother overall feel, but you don't have to do that. I use Kazoo bubblegums personally, 62G silent linears. I also want to make another silent build soon, so I'm thinking I might get some silent switches. So actually I don't have a switch here, but you know those like little prongs, the teeth that stick out from the front? The U4TX is like semi-silent tactiles. Interesting, a semi-silent tactile. But yeah, I guess come to think about it again, when you're really sitting down and really looking at what's new in switches, there's not a whole crap ton, but we have been seeing a lot of refinement in some areas. Again, more so silence and more so, I would even say, some of the clicky switches. Hamu X Geon yellow silent tactiles. I have not seen those actually. The one switch that I will say that I probably will be picking up more of, I have to make a switch purchase this weekend. So there's no more saying like I probably am, I have to. I'm out of switches almost entirely. I'm probably going to be picking up more Gateron Cap V2s, a little bit more KTT switches, because I like those. And then I most likely will pick up...
Happy Friday. Hope
Thank
you're
you,
doing
dude.
well.
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for the 3 months of being here, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. I think those are my main two, and then I might pick up some other ones. I kind of want to pick up more marshmallows because I like the springs in them, but yeah. But thank you, All Might. All Might, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Nixies are great. I still have some Nixies that Mike sent me over. Like, I think I have enough for 2 more keyboards. Cat V2s are fantastic. I have always liked Cat V2s. Views on the mode Envoy. Saw that, but spacebar sounded a little weird. He didn't cover it. Wait. The spacebar sounded weird? On the mode Envoy? Really? I like this spacebar. I'm using it right now. I've been using the Envoy since I got it. I don't think it sounds weird. Ordered some cream sodas. Cream sodas are great. Yeah. What do you mean by that, though, Liam? Maybe I got mixed up. Sounded different between foamed and non-foamed. Oh, if you've seen like the different sound demos, yeah, the foam one seems a little bit lighter in sound, but I've done 3 Envoy builds and every one of them has sounded fantastic. Me when the new proto-propylene butane nylon housing switch with the 23mm dual stage spring and long pole stem sounds like my cryopolymer nanite housing switch in my QK65 with all the foams. Mind blown. How is it possible that I'm able to read that without stuttering, but then when I read like a fucking normal sentence, I stutter like crazy? I don't get it. More effort? Probably. Pretty much though, man. That's how all the switches are starting to sound. Fucking like HPX mix nano propylene Spider-Man bots. Have you seen the Coffee Kohaku? I have not. It sounds beautiful though. For some reason it sounds awesome. Unfortunate how I rarely get to see KTT switches in higher end boards despite them being so good. I've used KTT switches in higher end boards. Am I getting a PCB for the QK80? I'm gonna keep it $150 with you guys. I'm kind of turned off from some of the QK community and I guess how they reacted to me having an opinion to a board. So I don't know. I don't like to give into that kind of stuff. I've never been a person to like take well to people being an asshole and still treating them like royalty. So as in customers or the company, not the company, but people. QK motto is pretty clearly being a sarcastic asshole. Yeah, I won't go there though. I'm not gonna bring it up. It's pointless. Deed has been done. We all heard the board and it wasn't that good. I mean, like, with foam, it sounds like a foamy board. And if that's what people want to go for, people should go for it. I think that's a wonderful sound profile still, but it's, you know, it's one sound profile. And you're allowed to not like it and you're allowed to like it. But that's all. That's all I think. The people who are QK simps will defend anything they do to the death. It's happened with other projects in the past too. Like there are people who are like dead set. For example, I do think like the Iron 165 people who didn't like the fact that I called out the screws being too tight. There was like this whole thing where people thought I was being way too mean to the board. But like, bro, if you can't open the fucking board, what good is it? Like that's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, people thought I was being too mean to that too, but I don't care. We're here to have fun and we're here to like do things as normal people. It's good for what it is, to be honest. I like my 65. Oh yeah, no, the board itself's fine. But the fact that I had to take a, what's it called? I think if you recall that stream, I had to actually use vice grips with padding to hold the board steady and twist the board to get one of the screws out. That's how tight it was in one of the client's boards. I was sweating buckets that stream because I thought I was going to damage that poor board. I luckily, and I had to get my dad to help me because I needed a second set of hands. But no, it was a client board. That was like a actual production unit. And it turned out that a lot of the boards in the production run had like varying degrees of screws being really, really tight in there. But I was sweating. But I'm like, dude, if I fucking scratch this is not cheap. Did they say it was a skill issue? No, they just thought I was being too critical about something, but it's whatever, man. It comes with the territory of being, I don't know. Here's the thing. Here's the way I look at it nowadays, right? You get into a hobby like keyboards or any sort of hobby. When you're getting into it, you're excited. Everything's new to you. You're loving it, right? Now, in my opinion, there's multiple paths you can go down, right? But I find that the most vocal people tend to go down this path of, now that they're not new, they need to kind of voice their opinions. And it usually comes out in a very demeaning way because they want to have like the knowledge. They want to be the knowledgeable people. So again, instead of like boosting everyone up and building up your pillar to be on the same level as other people's pillars, I find a lot of people with any hobby, especially audio was very much like this. It's too much effort to put stuff on their pillar. Instead, they need to take away stuff from yours. So they'll make you feel stupid. They'll make you feel bad. They'll criticize you for your decisions that you make that clearly don't affect anyone. So that's kind of what happens, I find, in hobbies. And I don't know what it is. Obviously, it's a form of projecting somehow, but... Are you not making a video on the QK80? I mean, I made a video hyperlapse. I don't do YouTube videos anymore for keyboards. Unless it's like very specifically asked ahead of time. Those take way too long, and it also denies me the effort of a stream. Audio files can get toxic for no reason. Exactly why I stopped being in the hobby. How are you raised? Because everyone needs to raise their children like this. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've been transparent, man. My parents were awesome raising me. Like, big shout outs to them, dude. But like, I have obviously my flaws. For a long time, even now to some degree, like I go through like spurts of anger and stuff like that, especially when things frustrate me and I don't understand things and it's not logical in my brain. Like, I'm human too, you know. I go through like my like stages of denial and stuff like that, and it doesn't make sense in my brain, so like I have to make it make sense, and then I hyper fixate on those things and don't let it go. But yeah, we all have our flaws. We're never going to grow past being a noob until it's been 5 years top. I'm still a noob, man. You guys still teach me things every single day. I think it's the level of introspection that people admire so much. You think so? It's because you spend so much time being wholesome? Dude, you know whose stream was hella wholesome last night? Starfire's. Damn. Bro, I have some serious issues when I get angry. I think a lot of people do. I think it's a very common thing, actually. It's just... even I'm learning to still deal with that every single day. Some audiophiles just like to gear shame. Yeah, that's kind of why I left, man, because I remember I was really happy that I picked up Odyssey LCDs. I think I got the LCD ones at the time, and I had made a post about it, and I didn't receive a single stitch of like, oh my god, like, happy to have you in this like Odyssey community type thing. It was just more just like, why didn't you buy the 2s? The 2s are so much better. Like, you fucked up. And I'm like, because I can't afford the 2s. You know, it's like... And I was completely happy with the headphones. Where is it? Here it is. Oh, no, it was the 2s, and then I couldn't afford the 3s. That's what happened. The LCD 2s were expensive, and then I could not afford the LCD 3s because they were like $2,700, 3,000 Canadian dollars or something. But I couldn't afford it, and I got kind of gear shamed. LCD 5s, are those like the new top of the line ones? I have not really followed Odyssey stuff in a long time, but I still really like their gear. It's really nice looking. And then I ended up switching to Ross and Rad Zeros, and now I am on IEMs. But okay, so back then, when I first got into it, that's when Odyssey made their change to have the phasered LCD2 units. And if you would post, like at the time, there was like a brief period of time, this is kind of what turned me off from it. I had posted it and everyone was on this kick about the phasers being shitty. This is getting super technical and super nerdy, by the way. So a lot of people, I don't know, just like didn't like it and were just kind of being assholes about it. So I decided to just say, screw it, I'm kind of done with being in this hobby. What IEMs are you using? I wear them for music. I am using, these are called Mangered Zens Up. They're a little bit more expensive. I've tried a lot of different IEMs. Some very expensive, like I bought the top of the line Sony ones, which I never use because they're extremely uncomfortable. And then I bought some cheaper ones. I even bought Campfire Andromedas, but between this and the Andromedas and the Monarchs are probably the only 3 IEMs that are on rotation. This pretty much sits in my ear though. I have not tried that one there, no. At least there isn't much gear shaming in the key hobby. You'd be surprised though, Nev. If you hang around my Discord and like you know, other streamers' discords, I feel like they're pretty tame, but there are some places where stuff kind of gets shamed, unfortunately. You know, I don't want to like make it seem like all pretty and all good, but Chi-Fi IEMs are the truth. You know, not recently, but before I picked up these, I tried a whole bunch of them. My God, dude, some of the cheaper IEMs these days are insane. Aim God kids, you don't have a $400 carbon fiber mouse? Is the mouse hobby like that too? Anyways, I actually want to spin this into something more positive. I know that there's shitty things that happen in every single hobby, guys. Like, I can sit here and tell you guys all the shitty things that have happened to me, maybe other people's stories, etc. The most important part is we continue to forge our own, not overly positive, but just fun place, and because being overly positive can have its drawbacks as well, but just fun place to be in. And I appreciate you guys for letting us do that here, and not shaming anyone else and not ruining other people's enjoyments of things. So that's the important part. I bought the Tofu Junior, then immediately regretted it, the Envoy. Oh, dude, I know. Dude, the Envoy just makes the most sense right now. In all honesty, because you can get it to be so many sound profiles for its price point. Randy, Alex, I just watched How to Loot video. Great video. One question. Do you think it's worth to film creams? IMO, no. Creams don't really benefit too much from having a film, so I personally would not do that. A lot of more modern switches, actually, I know the creams aren't exactly super modern, but a lot of the more modern molds for switches don't even need films. Believe it or not. They're usually all pretty good without them. Do any new coffee things lately? I learned about something recently, that certain creamers, the proteins of stuff like almond milk and oat milk creamers, if they're not meant for, now I understand why it says like coffee or barista edition. Some coffee creamers, some versions of almond milk and oat milk, the proteins actually bind to some of the acids in warm and hot coffee. And it creates this weird like congealed effect. So it'll make it look like it's almost like not good, but it's still fine to drink. So I didn't even know that was a thing until I accidentally bought the wrong creamer. So that was really cool to learn about that and like why it connects and stuff like that. But they basically established a specific client group now. For which one? Oh, the Envoy is in stock. It truly be more design can take things to the next level. No, yes, 100%. Coffee chemistry? Yeah, that was cool to learn. That was fun to learn. What do you think of the Ink Black V2s? Oh, yes. I think those go out of sale soon, but the Gateron Ink V2s are fantastic. I've never been a huge fan of Gateron Ink sound profiles, but on the right keyboard, they sound insane. That was happening to me when I got Farm Fresh Milk. Probably the same thing. I learned the way around that though. So if you guys are interested, I have the how to fix that thing. You have to warm up that creamer, or in this case, throws your Farm Fresh Milk to be a warmer temperature, or let your coffee cool down so that binding of protein with the acids of the coffee doesn't happen. So that's what I've been doing. I've actually been putting the creamer in first when I do drink a coffee, letting the coffee cool in the pot for just like 4 minutes, and then pouring it very slowly, and it doesn't seem to do that anymore. Oops. But cool little thing I learned this week. That's pretty much the only new coffee thing I did. Cold brew is something I'm not too familiar with, but I would also love to learn, but it's a totally different brewing method, I think. I'm learning shit today. Hey, you guys teach me things, I teach you things. We all teach each other some really cool shit. Gateron Ink V2s and Bauer, possibly the best sounds. Yes, those actually do sound very good on a Bauer. There are certain boards, Inks absolutely slap, but it's all preference at the end of the day. Don't forget, guys. But that's a good price for Inks, if you guys are wondering. $18 for 36 is a steal for Gateron Inks. Inks in a thermal might be a little bit more on the high pitch side if you're interested in that sound profile. Thermal in general, though, if you don't put any sort of add-ons into the thermal, it's a little bit brighter in sound signature. Inks in a zoom would probably be really awesome just because it uses a lot of that foam and stuff like that if you decide to build it that way. You know, I don't actually know the difference between a Tofu Junior and 2.0. I need to look at that actually. I'm interested in your sound profile. Fuzz, man. Also, thank you guys all again for the subs today, man. I really can't express how much that means to me, man. GAT CJs are fine. I personally never really fell in love with GAT CJs. I always felt like they weren't the best, but hasn't there been a lot of drama between the thermal and fulfillments? There's drama in every corner of this hobby, I feel like. Telly, thank you so much for the tier 1 for 7 months, dude. Thanks for the pog. But yeah, it's because Rama took so long to deliver them. I've heard TX stabs with Duroc wires are pretty good. TX stab with Duroc wires. I think I've heard the same thing. I need to try that one day. All right, this is done. Let's actually. Do I have any? No, this is empty. Why do I even have these? They're empty. I had Kinetic Labs send me over some GPL 205. Oh wait, no, I don't even want to use this right now. Hold on. I want to try something else before we do this. Frankenstab stream when? We can try one day. If you guys want to do a Frankenstab stream. Types of plates plus switches usually after the mode envoy. What sound profile are you looking for? Better question. Ow. Hold. Now, where did I put that? That's GS2. I want to try this stuff. Now, I don't know where on earth you can even get this because I don't think Kinetic Labs even ended up selling GS3. But I have no idea what GS3 is. So I'm going to try it in the stab today. Beats me. I would assume it's thicker based off of GS1, GS2, and then GS3. But maybe I can convince them to buy this stuff if it ends up being good. How thick is this shit? Oh wow, this is actually much thicker than GS2. Ooh, this is kind of nice actually. Do it be thick? It seems like it is, yeah. It's going in like very slowly. Usually GS2 would rush out and be kind of oily. It almost feels like a slightly thicker version of 20520, but I could be wrong on it. Any long pull linear suggest for the Arc 60? I would go with Obscuras or Cream Soda, something a little slightly deeper for the Arc. Arc was a little bit brighter in sound signature. Krytox 207 exists somewhere. High pitch clacky sounds. Oh, I would go with aluminum 110%, or I would go with something like FR4 carbon fiber, whatever they sell. That's probably what I would do. Doofin, I'm not using foam for this, okay? I want to see what this board sounds like with no foam. We got a deal. Might be similar to 20G. Yeah, actually might be similar to that. Hey Alex, not sure if you know, but would you happen to know any vendors with Zoom 65V1 plates? Ooh, check Mechland. Maybe we'll check them, see if they have any. I have not built a Ven. That's been on my my wish list though. I wouldn't mind building one eventually. Does Canon Keys have some? Alex part of the anti-foam club? No. I'm not part of any anti-foam club. I like foam. One of my favorite boards, the Sonnet, my preferred config is actually using some foam. But I like seeing what other sound profiles you can get of. I usually find like the most character in keyboards comes with something without foam. You can really like see a lot of the keyboards like characteristics of sound signature and then apply foam accordingly to see if like you don't like it as much, or maybe it's a bit hollow in a certain area. But I don't think I'm anti-foam. I actually don't mind it. I think it's a wonderful tool to mod things with. I like the idea of being able to get the most character out of a board, hence as little foam as possible. Yeah, I like the idea of being able to mod it as needed. But again, if you want to build your keyboard based off of foam, so be it. If you are a designer and want to do the same thing, so be it. I personally think, though, from a standpoint of who your board appeals to, and if you are wanting to sell to the most people possible, so from a business standpoint, it is probably a bad idea to restrict your keyboard to sounding one particular way. IMO. If you want to catch the most, I guess, flies with your honey or whatever the saying goes, I honestly don't know that saying. I don't know why I said it for. But I think you kind of have to appeal to the most broad audience possible, which means building a board that sounds good with and without. 100p agree. I build my boards to be as silent as possible. All foams, silent build, Band-Aid mod, force breaks. Hell yeah. Silent boards are fun. My dad had asked me to build him the most silent keyboard possible as well. I wish I could re-roll the stats of my keyboard. That's impossible. That'd be fun. What's my favorite config for the Sonic? Also, sorry guys if I miss a few chats. Don't be afraid to just like ask me the question again. Sometimes I talk a lot and I miss things, and I apologize. My favorite config is alu plate with mid plate foam. Actually, I really like that config. Or you can move the mid plate foam to underneath the PCB or underneath the PCB. That's also fun too. Is the Kohaku worth buying? Someone also asked me this question. If the group buy is coming up right now, I would be personally, dude, there's no reason to not be patient. You're gonna save yourself so much hassle and probably so much money by buying the group buy version past the aftermarket. To me, it feels like a no-brainer to save the money and be patient. But I know there are people who are kind of like, not in a hurry per se, but there are people who like, they really want something now, and I totally get that. But apparently, I don't know either, Pattis. People are telling me there's a group buy, so I'm assuming there's a group buy. But I would wait for the group buy then. If it's an open group buy, I'd fucking wait for that. I have not tried the Monarchy Standard yet. I did it at a meetup. Sorry, I'm lying. I did it at the Toronto meetup, very briefly at Apex's table. But it's at the meetup, there's people talking, I can't really get a good grasp of the keyboard. Ooh, I like this switch and plate combo. Why does this look so good? Why is this kind of like sexy looking? It's a raffle now for the coffee Kohaku. Can you guys link that? I want to see it now. Is it a pretty Kohaku? Am I going to feel FOMO from it? Like footprints in the snow? It's kind of beautiful looking. No, yeah, so someone did say GB later with more colors. They also offered, am I talking about my ass? Wasn't there also like a big, not group buy, but like larger raffle for unicorns as well? Or something like that from Singa? The Monarchy Standard is amazing for people who aren't into keyboards. Wireless, hot swap, clean design, nice keycaps. Yeah, it's beautiful keyboard, I'll tell you that much. I want to see this. Coffee Kohaku. Ooh. Oh, wait, I like that. That's pretty looking. We need to normalize more brown keyboards and more orange keyboards. It's very pretty, my MO. Only one, Elaine's personal board. That's pretty looking. More blue? Dude, I feel like there's so much blue in keyboards. Blue, and then obviously you have the basics like black, white, and silver. And then more recently, dude, fucking everything's rose gold as well. There's so much rose gold or like champagne colors as well, which I love, don't get me wrong. But I mean, like, there are more colors in the color spectrum, guys. There's also a lot of lavenders recently too, which is fun. Green is starting to pop up. Yes, glad that more olives and like different shades of greens are popping up. Love those. Bring out yellow and sage. You don't see too many nice yellow keyboards. I hope they release a red Kohaku. Did they not have a red Kohaku? I thought they did. Am I going nuts? Didn't they have a red Kohaku? Champagne gold is the new beige. Yeah, I went through my phase of buying every single rose gold and champagne colored keyboard, and then I had too many, and I'm like, God damn, I need some new colors. Nothing can replace beige. Beige is solid choice still. It's a safe color. There's a lot of safe colors. Navy blue is technically a safe color too. Pretty damn safe. In this Envoy, it's the Mode Obscuras. Well, it's the only Envoy I have right now, but everything else was shipped out to people. I still, in my all blue keyboard phase, I mean, that's fair. I went through my navy phase. That was my very first color that I got into for keyboards. Everything had to be navy and yellow. So it was GMK Nautilus on a navy keyboard 24/7. Considering olive green plus copper, that is a beautiful, beautiful color combo. I love copper and olive green. Kind of want to get a green board next, but gray/silver is also catching my attention. Silver is actually something I also got into way later than I should have. I didn't really love silver at first. I thought it would be a little bit boring, but now I realize silver is such a beautiful accent for brighter or beautiful like keycaps. So for example, like the way I kind of pair my colors on boards for this board is bright blue. So I'd either want a matching kind of energy blue set or something extremely neutral to go with this so the attention can be on the board. But it's kind of harder to match those energies of colors sometimes with brighter colored boards. Silver's fantastic for that. The Fukurai one is similar to the GU champagne color, if you remember it from the one you built. Fuck, it's been a while since I built that keyboard. I don't remember it off the top of my head. The green arc? I don't remember what shade the green arc is. All right, let's open this up. Actually, Doofin, I will, if you don't mind. It's not super crazy criticism, but it's criticism nonetheless. One thing I actually dislike about the build experience of keyboards is when weights or when the back screws are like super deep in the back here. For some reason, it's always been a turnoff to me. But I understand why people do it. But from a build experience, it's never been my favorite. That's the one thing I don't like too. Yeah, it's never been my favorite. Takes me out of the build experience ever so slightly. And then for newer people in the hobby, because I've done this and I've heard people do it too. If they're not careful with their Allen keys or their bits, they end up scratching around here because it's so deep in there and people kind of angle their screwdrivers and stuff. Since I studied color theory through photography and GD, I'm like synergy. Yeah, once you kind of get into that whole like color theory phase of keyboards too. I don't know, don't be afraid to try things though, guys. But if you want the safest combination of things, just buy beige keycaps. They literally go on everything. Or just get WOB. Just be simple and get WOB and call it a day, and you'll be happy with every keyboard build you do. So nice. Thank you, Async. I appreciate the Prime Gaming. Thank you. My lab meeting is over. Time to go to Alex content. What's up, dude? Everyone returns to beige eventually. Yeah, it's kind of the joke, isn't it? But it's actually kind of true. Just aced and Val? All about aces today? Let's go, Doofin. Beige is too elite sometimes, though. Beige is too sick. Thank you, guys.
Alex, we can't thank you enough for the quality streams.
Oh my God, Master Chief.
Keep it up, my dude.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. Patty, thank you so much for 4 months. I appreciate you. Thank you for using your Prime on me. Thank you, Master Chief. Thank you, Patty. I appreciate you guys. So nice.
Good
If you
evening,
don't know,
smile.
Patty's also a big streamer. She also plays World of Warcraft, a game that I no longer can play because I will get addicted to. But I have a whole bunch of WoW tattoos on me, so at one point you'll know I was addicted. Is there like a plastic film in this that I can't see? Oh, there is. So nice.
You're worth the Prime King.
Oh
less
my
than
God.
3.
Thank you, Dank. Appreciate you. Come back to the dark side. Honestly, I don't think I ever can do it. Last time I played WoW, I barely went to work and I played WoW because I thought that was my full-time job. I don't want that to happen again. Raid nights 4 times a week? No, thank you. MMO games fucked me up. Yep, that's also why I had to take a little pause. When I first got into Genshin, I was super into it. And I was like, you know what? Genshin doesn't seem too healthy. And I just ended up not playing anymore. Now you can do your job and play WoW. Is this not supposed to go here, this screw? Or is it just not screwing in nice? Any upcoming boards you're looking forward to? There are plenty of really nice boards that I think are coming out soon. Alright, let's go in here. I think it's the wrong screw for this. Doofin, what screw is supposed to go here? Is it this one? It doesn't seem right. I don't think there's any other screws though. This is for the daughter board, I think. Or does it use the same screw? No, it shouldn't. If you're a Chad, you'll use a hammer and nail. Yeah. Just real quick, smash it into place. The blue is wild. It's fun to see these very vibrant colors. I don't think it's this. This is for the daughter board. I guess this works for it. Cool. So it's not that screw. It's not the same weight one for the weight. I would like to see continuity with that though. Like I would like to see the same screws being used for things. I think that would just make more sense. But no, I don't think there was a small baggie of 2 screws. It was just 6 screws in one baggie with the weight, and that was about it. Nothing in this thing either. I think all the colors are pretty neat for the Ace. Yeah, the Ace is actually not a bad price too. How much was it again? Hold on, let me see. It was like, I think it got changed. It's like what, 2 something? Ace 6.5. Ace 6.5. I think it's on what? Create keybs and Ash keybs and stuff too? $300 for everything? Okay. Did I also see it on Key Spencer? So it's 300 US and then 410 Canadian, but it's Canadian dollars, so does it really count? Not too bad, to be honest. There's E-Pink, E-Red, E-White, Anno Blue, and Anno Black. I'm surprised you didn't go with a silver option. The E-Pink's kind of cool. The badge cards are sick. Yes, that too. The badge cards are pretty sick. I like the pattern on the back of the weight too. This looks nice. I don't mind this, to be honest. I wasn't too sure how I felt about the Ace 6.5, like the writing there. I perhaps still don't know how I truly feel about it, but I think the pattern on this is absolutely beautiful. I really like that. That's pretty. Is that the flower? Is there different back designs too? That I didn't see. Oh, there is different back designs. Yeah, this is the flowered one, I guess. The floral brass. Oh, wow, there's a lot of different back designs. I definitely would have preferred center suit symbols. Same here. I think I would have preferred center suit and not have the name of the keyboard. So nice. Dude, Crazy Dave, thank you so much for your prime here, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. But like I said, it's not a huge takeaway from the keyboard itself. I think it still looks very, very nice. And then, where are the gaskets? Are they in the foam kit box? So nice. Thank you, Digital Paradox. I appreciate you, dude, for the tier 1, man. Thank you guys for the hype train, too. Appreciate you guys. Oh, yeah, right here. Good thing you'll never see it. Yeah, it's also on the back. That's why I said it's not a huge takeaway for me, but just still criticizing some personal preferences with the design personally again. But not a huge deal breaker. And it's all personal preference, so. Centered suit symbols with the floral design would have been more ideal for me. Likewise. I think, was it Patty who did the half plate for this? I watched someone build a half plate and it sounded phenomenal. I think it was Patty. Sometimes I silently watch the rest of the keyboard streamers. Actually, there are days where I leave the streams on and just half the times like I end up in streams I didn't know I was in. It was Patty. It sounded amazing. Yeah. What switches did she use again? The blue is a lot more vibrant than the render. I guess the red and pink will be similar cases. I don't know if the because this is Anno. I don't know if the E-coats will be different. Sometimes E-coats can be a little bit different. Do you prefer the Mode Envoy or the QK60? I much prefer the Envoy, like, over a lot of things these days. But the QK60 is actually a very unique board. It's the only QK board in which I kind of gushed over. They did a lot of things right with the QK60 and then just stopped doing them for the other keyboards. E-coats are usually a bit more pastel. Yeah, usually. So I'm not too sure how those will turn out. E-coats are nice though. I like the finish on E-coats. I miss more vibrant Annos. Reminds me of 2018 Keyboard community. True, there was a lot of vibrant stuff then too. Actually, let's take the screws out of here for the time being. $130 versus $190 is kind of a big deal for some people too. Yes, there's also the price point difference. Very, very true, Zach. Very true. Thanks for all the follows and subs, guys. Appreciate you guys. Oh, let's put the feet on before I forget. The Tofu Junior, probably the first time I've seen E-coat green. Is it E-coat? Oh, you know, no, I have tried their green stuff. Pretty nice. Have you looked at the Blueberry 65? Too flexible? I have not seen that. Some people like flexible keyboards. There are people who have argued saying that, not argued, but like stated their point of they type better and they prefer really, really flexy and bouncy keyboards. I wanted the QK60, so I skipped out hopefully for a round 2. I don't know if they'll do a round 2. I'm surprised they haven't done a round 2 of that particular board. Like I said, it's one of their strongest boards. Alright, let's screw this. Oh, if you guys wanted to see, the daughter board also has all the suits on it as well. Kind of a nice little touch. Doofin, I'm very proud of you for putting these like small little pieces of funness in your keyboard. If that's a good word to use, is funness, but we used it. Pretty cool. How many boards has Alex built in his entire career? I don't know. I've been streaming for over 3 years and building keyboards for about 4. If we factor in, I don't know, 3 boards a week, Mind you, there's been a bunch off stream as well, but let's say 3 boards a week. Sometimes we've done like 6 or 7 boards a week, so I don't know a good average. Beats me. Last time I checked, it was like over 400 or something, but I feel like that number is kind of low. For a long time. I'm proud of you, dude. All right. Gaskets. This is something I also don't like. I've actually said this from a long time ago with a lot of different boards. I don't like floating gasket strips. Like when gaskets just float. I would much rather cut the gasket. So I don't like that sag that happens after a while. It's not too bad in this case because it is supported on part of it. But again, I'm just being super anal about this. Super, super anal. Really does nothing in the long run. Just me being me for build experience. What did I use before my first custom? My first keyboard that was mechanical, I think it was the Logitech with Romer Gs. Romer G switches are actual poo-poo, but I know some people really like them, but they're still poo-poo to me. They're the only it's the only keyboard I will say is pretty doo-doo. They're like a mushy mess that make not good sound. So, yeah, not very great. And then, what else? After that was the Gons GK87 Pro. Romer Gs are worse than the common rubber dome keyboards. I also felt the same way, and that's before I was even in the keyboard hobby. That was like, when I bought that board, I brought it home, I opened it up, and I was like, I hate this. Long pull switches for Hex 4B. Yeah, I don't see why not. I think that would be cool. I think I used GAT CJs on my Hex 4B, and I liked them. So, I don't know if GAT CJs long pull? I can't remember now. I honestly can't remember. What macro pad am I using? This is a Stream Deck, and this is a Type 9. What's up, dude? How you doing? Can I get my kiss? Got you, dude. Any thoughts on HHKB? But thinking of copying one. Some people love their HHKBs. Some people, like, there's obviously a cult following for a reason. So I think with that, like, it's hard to say for me because I don't really use HHKBs. But again, there are a lot of people here in chat who will probably tell you they absolutely love their HHKBs. And I do think it's one of those things where it's either you try it at a meetup, you have a friend, maybe you borrow one from him or her. But I do think it's one of those things you have to try yourself. It's kind of like Toper. Like in general for Toper, not even just bound to HHKBs. You gotta try it yourself and give it a go. Alright, let's flip this over and tighten this all up. My QK60 is my first HHKB and I love it. Like your first layout like that. HKB is great if you don't like tilt, or if you like tilt and don't use caps lock. Realistically though, with the exception of Gym Leader Nathan, how often are you guys, and I'm actually curious, I'm not saying like as a stat, how often are you guys like actually turning on caps lock? I'm a person who holds down shift when they're typing caps lock messages. All the time. I hate Allen keys. Whenever I never use caps lock, I turn off caps lock. Yeah, I'm not really a caps lock guy either. I turn on caps lock by function. So you have like a keybind for it. That's cool. I threw caps in the trash every single day. I can't say that I've ever used it. I don't, honestly guys, I don't use it. Even when I'm doing design stuff, there's an option in the typefaces to just make everything caps. So when I'm doing design stuff and you see everything being in caps lock, it's just like a literal button I'm clicking in the program. Oh, use them when typing captchas? That's smart, actually. For captchas, I hold shift. All the time by accident when I stop playing a game and it's always on. Oh, you accidentally click it during games? I should bind it to stuff during video games. MX lock on right shift. Oh, you put a lock key for yours? That's cool. Modern Warfare 2 disabled the caps lock in game to make it a usable key now. I've been seeing a lot of people make videos of Modern Warfare 2 lobbies, and all I gotta say is, I didn't know we went back into a time machine. Pretty crazy how people are acting in that game. Do you still have a lot of keyboards? I've given away a metric crap ton of keyboards. I still have, I'd say, a fair amount, but not as much as I had about a year and a year ago. I've given away so many, dude. We do pretty regular giveaways here on my channel. You guys are too kind, so I give things away. Yeah, me and Slurpless are gonna do something for you guys too, courtesy of Slurpless. So there's always stuff we give away here. The only cap that turns me on is when you speak my captain. Bonjour, Aaron. Oh my gosh, hello. How are you? Comment ça va? How are you, my friend? Do you think you're gonna keep this build after you build it? Yeah, I don't see why not, Doofin. Doofin, it's special because you made it, and why would I ever do anything bad with this keyboard? Doofin requested we put GMK Voyage on this. So I'm gonna take it off of, actually I'm curious about the difference in blues. I think this blue is a lot deeper on the Windex. Oh yeah, it is a little bit deeper. Interesting. That is very blue, actually. The more I look at that, the more I'm thrown off by it. Well, let me get the rest of the Voyage set. Ow. Right into the door. All right, let's put this guy on. I need a keycap holder. That's what I need. This layout's so cool. The match is almost perfect. It's almost perfect. It's not quite 100%. Fuck, I don't know what I did to my thumb. It hurts so much when anything touches it. What the hell that is I did. Do we even need a keycap holder? You can pull my keycap, Alex? Huh? At least it doesn't hurt our eyes like the red one. True. Pretty true, actually. What do we think? Do we like this combo? Actually, I don't even think I need the rest of the set here. Sounds like you got a splinter. No, it's my joint over here. What I think I did is I was leaning on my arm, and I think I was just leaning too much. Because you know when, I don't know, have you guys ever like, this sounds stupid. Have you guys ever like held yourselves up because you just feel too fucking lazy and you lean like this and you're like holding yourself up with your arm? Like you have all your weight in your arm? Oh, wrong key. Yeah, oh, shit. I do need this over here. That's what I did, I think. What would you personally call endgame? And also, yeah, G Alex or Galax. I have all the things in my exclamation point kit for my containers I use. This is the medium-sized ones. Endgame? Oh gosh. I'm not gonna lie, and I think this applies to a lot of people. My tastes and preference change very often. So it's kind of hard to say what my endgame is. I kind of think it's important that tastes and preferences sort of change. Kind of keeps things fresh, for me at least. But right now, I think if I had to pick like a few keyboards, F18X. Ooh, this is tough. Kohaku, Unicorn, Envoy, and Sonnet. There's not anything else I would probably pick in that. There are boards I really love, like my Moon Tower and stuff. I love my Moon Tower. But the thing is, I'm not gonna lie, like the Moon Tower I love, but for me, the Unicorn slightly edges it out. Basic but respect. Appreciate that, man. The Envoy made it there, respect. The Envoy is beautiful. I truly love using this keyboard, man. Speaking of keyboards with really deep rear screws and yet still one of Alex's favorite, F18X. F18X fucking slaps, man. Gion killed it with that board. Like, he actually changed the game with that keyboard, bro. It's so good. I would say, like, the Hex is pretty good, man. The Hex 4B, pretty insane keyboard. I would definitely put it up there. Truly top 3 designers and keys. What would you guys say is your current favorite keyboard? We won't say end game, but your current favorite. Ow. Mode got 2 spots, completely goated. I mean, everyone has their own list of things, guys. Universally beloved in the community. Everyone at meetups always loves it. Yeah, I actually agree with that. That's very true. A lot of people tend to really like gravitate towards that. Vega Chalice. Oh, your Chalice is up there. That's crazy. Edda, I haven't heard of that one there. Sonnet and F1. F1 is one of my favorites. Recently edged out by your Kage. Really? That's interesting too. Angle TKL. Maybe get rid of all my other TKLs. The Angle. Ooh. Okay. The Angle is definitely a nice keyboard now. I would not say the first iteration of the Angle was any good, to be honest. It was a mess, the first one. Super glad they ended up fixing that whole board. Why does this always happen? Can't I ever find the rest? Here it is. This is it? No, is it? No. Is it? Motherfucker. Edis and Alice by Mechanist. Oh, I haven't heard of that one there. Interesting. Actually, I'm gonna take out these keycaps, guys, just because, like, I should have taken pictures of this keyboard. It's okay. Apple Magic keyboard? Bro, nothing wrong with the Apple Magic keyboard. Your Gen 2? I remember when that came out, everyone really seemed to really like it. Your Kaze? I can't wait till I get my Kaze. I'm waiting on the Kaze, I'm waiting on the Bias. I entered for the Jane. I don't think I'm gonna get it though. How would you compare box inks to Wuche WS Reds? I don't think I have a good answer to that, unfortunately, Stoner. I wish I did. Also, thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate you guys. Just because I really haven't directly compared the two, I'd say. I entered, yeah, for the Jane and the 910. But again, I don't fucking think I'm betting. Just picked up a Cosmic Purple NK65. Good choice. It's a good color. I never win. Like I said, I've only ever won a single raffle out of any raffle that I've ever entered. And this includes like keycaps as well. I literally only won somehow magically won a key cult. Is this a here, Nev? Oh, this is kind of nice. And that's the only raffle I've ever won. Oh, the weight's kind of cool on this. I guess maybe some artisans. I don't even remember if I have. I think I've literally had to like pull strings, unfortunately, but I never win most of the stuff I enter. So this is with the palm plate. It's actually kind of nice looking. So in terms of visuals here, it seems like the top is a little bit different from the bottom frame to kind of accommodate the exploded arrow keys. I don't mind that. It kind of gives the keyboard a different shape. I think like the symmetry in me wouldn't mind, or would actually want this to be kind of flipped because that's what I'm used to, seeing a bigger forehead and then the chin of the keyboard being a little bit more narrow. But I don't mind this. It's something different. Also gives your wrist, I guess, a little bit more support on it. How high is the bottom part? I don't know what the front height of the keyboard is. Front height's a little bit interesting because I do feel like a good front height for me is about 18 to 20 mil. But everyone's a little different with front height. There's a seam on the side of the keyboard. Ano looks about the same from top to bottom, which is good to see. And then we do have a bit of a curve, a little koala curve there on the bottom. pretty standard everywhere else though. We got the recessed USB-C port. Dude, are these keycaps super loose? I think they are. And then I think it's either the switches or the keycaps. Man, I hit a total of 180, going from an all red to all blue. We already did a whole bunch of like monochromatic builds this week. Just ordered a play tray. I think you're gonna love it. I love my play tray. I do think, okay, this is, obviously we're using Palm right now. A little quieter. If this was Alu, this should be like, from up my preference, 110%. But I can already tell. I think that switch on the J is bad, actually. Let me swap out that switch. Hold on, I don't like that one switch. I can tell that switch I didn't lube properly. Where the fuck's my switch keycap puller? Hey, you know what? Fuck it, do this. Is there foam in this right now? No, no foam. Much better. I think that one there was unlooped. Did I just miss a whole switch? I totally did. That's crazy. Alu plus CF plate are the way. The build is pretty hot. So much swearing. Yeah, it's okay. I swear a lot. It's part of my personality. The Palm's still not bad though. I can hear a lot of character with the Palm, which is nice. Yeah, this is still like, that is not bad. I do think, me personally, isn't less swearing on your New Year's resolution list? You can kiss that resolution goodbye. That's out the door. Spacebar's good. Need to tune up the backspace ever so slightly, but I do think the CF or the aluminum plate would hit pretty hard with this. But this is, I can tell this is a good sound profile. I can tell this is a nice sound profile. This is a bit deeper, and I don't mind this. The Palm, I think, accentuates a bit of the deeper sounds, but yeah, the spacebar is nice. I like how it uses this sound. It's definitely different. Can I do a full typing test so I can clip it? How about I record you one, Dr. Doofin? Or you can hear, I'll just do like a full typing test and type something in, like my random in my notepad. Here, I'll do that for you.
Can I get a sus compliment on my birthday, my good sir?
Hold on. Derek, you want a sus compliment for your birthday? Derek, I know it's your birthday, and I would love to see I'd love to see you in person, so I give you a big old smooch on the face, my guy. Derek, thank you so much. Appreciate you being here, dude. Happy birthday. Yes, please. Thank you so much for being here, man. And just enjoying us on your birthday. That's crazy, man. But thank you for being here. Sussy? Yes, let's type some stuff for Dr. Doofin now. I want to fix up the backspace ever so slightly. I feel like it's a bit sharp, which probably just means I need to put a little bit more lubricant in it. Ever so slightly. Yeah, the enter key tickles something inside me. It's a nice sound. Overall, I think it's a very pleasant sound to the keyboard. It's cool too because usually from Create Keybs, I know this was designed by Dr. Doofin, but usually from Create Keybs, I receive very like foamy sound signature boards. This is like a nice change up in like their lineup of stuff that they're manufacturing or making or partnering with. But I'd say overall, this is still a nice looking keyboard. I'm not really much of a badge person myself. I think I've told you guys I'm not huge on badges, but for some reason this doesn't feel too bad on this board. I like kind of where it's positioned just above this little column over here. But yeah, it's a little different. Like I said, I don't think I've ever seen a keyboard with a bigger chin than forehead, and I don't mind that design. But pretty nice. If this was a tad louder, I think if you want a tad louder, you have to go with aluminum FR4. The palm is, for me, palm's always a little too quiet. Yeah, I think the badge is definitely a little bit nicer in this case. Sometimes you get those badges which kind of don't align properly and don't make sense, but this kind of, it almost kind of feels like, in this case, a crown to the top of this too. The Kajal, I've seen that keyboard. Isn't that a 40 with a big old knob on it? Although I think either these switches or these keycaps are hella loose. And there's the back of the keyboard too. I like the little floral design it's got going on in this particular badge, but there seems to be a lot. Alex likes, huh? Huh? Let's plug this guy in. All right, guys. That's pretty much the stream today. It was supposed to be a double stream. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough sockets for the client build. It's okay. More sockets are on the way. Wait, I just got back. Sound test again? Chozo, I did like 3 sound tests. I'll do one more for you, all right, Chozo? Just a quick one. Just a quick one for Chozo. Chozo, Chozo's saying bye? Never mind, dude. What a guy. Laugh my ass off, Chozo. I'll sockets you, huh? Thanks for the great stream. Thank you, Rumi Native. Appreciate you being here. I think Ryan's live, someone said. Yeah, I think this is like a pretty cozy stream to show off Mr. Doofin's project. Now we can go watch Ryan. Whoa. An hour and 40. I thought it said 44 minutes. I was like, no way he has the board out at 44 minutes.
Engraved. You see that?
No way.
So I think that's kind of their way of doing like an authentication on it.
Okay,
so
let's
on the flip side.
Let's go raid Mr. Ryan.
Right on the Jane V2, it's actually.
Has he started stabs yet? Okay, you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna raid him and ask him if he started stabs yet. Let's raid Ryan and ask him, have you started? Lulz, Thax. The raid message will be, have you started stabs yet? With a bunch of Keck W's. We need to discuss the day? Yes, we will, Chozo. Chozo, I'm not donut walling, I'm all tabbed. Come on, man. There we go. That's the raid message. Alright guys, what's the caps? GMK Voyage, which I recently learned is not called Voyager. After all these years, I've been calling it Voyager, and even wrote it on the side of the box. He's doing hot swap and probably pre-did stabs. Did he? Oh, whatever. We'll just ask him anyways. See you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will catch you guys on Sunday. And then we'll do a bunch of streams next week too. I think we're going to double up some streams next week as well. Peace out, everyone. Love you. Thanks for being here. Bye.